Sort of muting the sky. Hard to see the GWB from this vantage point. Just notice that the clouds increase today. You'll feel the atmosphere changing over to a tropical vibe. Temperatures in the mid-70s now. We could make it into the mid-80s. The hour-by-hour forecast takes us right into the afternoon with increasing clouds and maybe even a thunder shower. It'll feel tropical again. Sort of humid weather ahead of this storm. Here are the headlines that I think we really need to pay attention to for Henri. First of all, there's high tide and full moon as this storm makes landfall. That could produce a serious situation for eastern Long Island of 3 to 6 feet of storm surge. That can destroy property and can be very damaging, along with beach erosion and stirring up the ocean. 3 to 6 feet, again, is think of yourself standing in the sand, your toes right there, and 3 to 6 feet of water coming over. That is the surge. That's how that's defined. 4 to 8 inches of rainfall for eastern portions of Long Island. That'll be the most rain that we see, but we could also have rain continuing inland as the storm moves into New England all the way through Monday. That could include parts of the Hudson Valley and parts of New Jersey as well. 80 to 100 mile an hour winds for the end. That will create power outages. Those are expected. Now's the time to prepare for that. Here's a look at the storm. You can see that it's going to be running parallel along the eastern seaboard. Here's the hurricane warning right now issued by the National Weather Service for Long Island. We also have the tropical storm warning, which extends back into all 5 boroughs and even into parts of New Jersey. This is a serious situation even for the Bay, the Hudson Bay, so we'll be paying attention very closely for many regions across the tri-state of what impacts we'll have. Along with these warnings, the tropical storm warning and the hurricane warning, the other important one to pay attention to is the storm surge warning. For areas is in bright pink. That's the zone of all that water coming inland. And Sandy, yes, another storm, but every storm is different, so you need to prepare for the water. Even if you didn't get wet last time or it was a whole lot either way, you have to prepare because storms behave differently. Also, across the Sound, coastal Connecticut, you're included in that storm surge warning. And then we've got the watch zone, which is right here for the South Shore. That does include Long Beach and Fire Island. These are places that need to prepare. Into Seaford, West Babylon, Islip, all expecting some water to come in with that surge. Tropical showers are expected today, but we really start to see these outer rain bands overnight tonight and landfall expected in the Hamptons tomorrow during the day. Henri right now, 70-mile-an-hour winds moving north-northeast at 12 miles an hour, paralleling the eastern coast here. And the most likely path is right down the middle. We're noticing the intensification here as we track the storm, and the forecast takes it over. Overnight, just a little further northward, 80-mile-an-hour winds at 2 a.m. winds. Here's the place right now that we could see landfall from Center Mauritius all the way into Hampton Bays, somewhere in that zone and crossing over Long Island. The futurecast right now gives us some timing on those outer rain bands. By 5 a.m., we're starting to see some heavy rain at the end. Watch the turn, sort of the jaunt that the storm takes, pushing it a little bit further westward, and that creates the rainfall and the expected heavy rain bands that we're going to look for late on Monday, or late Sunday night into early Monday morning, and that would be the continuation of it. As far as the projections, want to let you know the expected rainfall amounts are less than a ½ inch for parts of western New Jersey, but we could get 1 to 2 over the city, perhaps 2 to 4 extending into Connecticut, and 4 to 8 for eastern Long Island. That's also the spot where we could see 80 to 100 mile an hour winds. Montauk, Riverhead, you're included in that. And then lesser amounts of wind, but still significant gusts expected that could create some power outages. We've talked about the surge. Again, 1 to 3 feet of surge back in here, and that does include the New York area and parts of the Jersey Shore. Pay attention. We've got high tide and full moon on top of that. Plus, power outages could be localized for the city, but widespread for eastern Long Island, and that could last as long as a week, the power outages right now, so the projections for that are pretty serious. Overnight tonight, mid-70s. Tomorrow, we'll be tracking the storm during the day, and then we look at the long-term forecast. Heat and humidity do return behind this. Look how hot it gets. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're almost 90 degrees. Some storms around midweek, and we're still in the upper 80s on Thursday, Friday 80s.